Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Krista and I'll be doing your June 2019 general reading for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I hope that you enjoyed your May 2019 general reading. So this is for Gemini Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. So what does Gemini need to know for the month of June 2019? General messages. Gemini, June 2019. What does Gemini need to know for June? Well, someone is the boss, needs to be the boss, being asked to step up to the plate here. This is either you or someone in your environment. We are dealing with a major arcana. It'll be cool to see if it shows up in your 5-card spread today. But that could be a message for someone in particular or for all of you at this time, depending on what you're going through. The Emperor is usually you. It's usually about the querent. So I'm reading for Gemini. So it's usually about Gemini's taking charge or being the boss. What's this guy? Ooh, the Queen of Cups. So we're dealing with some Cancer energy here. Your boss could be a Cancer. Also, there could be an emotional component there. The emotions could be in charge, or you're being asked to put your emotions in charge this month. It's also your birthday month. Happy birthday to you. All right. What does Gemini need to know for June 2019? Messages for Gemini. What does Gemini need to know? June 2019. Messages for Gemini. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. And then we have the 5 of Pentacles. So something... feeling rejected, feeling left out, maybe not getting what you feel you deserve or what you really wanted, feeling forlorn. But I always find with the 5 of Pentacles, there's a sense of like, woe is me, like I'll just keep myself here so that I can prove how bad things are. So just be careful with the 5s that you're not creating those conditions. Every now and again, we have some conflict and strife, but it's just important to take note that if we're contributing to it, then it's really not conflict and strife. It's not just a happening, it's something we're creating, so just something to keep in mind there. All right, messages for Gemini, let's go. Gemini, June 2019, messages for Gemini. Here we go, folks. So we do have 5-card spread today. I will be using bottom of the deck energy to weigh against your entire spread, as I always do. So we are, bottom of the deck is 6 of Swords. So really when we're looking at this, we're looking at moving away from a situation that doesn't serve you any longer, primarily within the world of thoughts and ideas, beliefs, conversations, okay? Taking the lessons you've learned with you, okay? So there really is nothing harsh about this except for sort of cutting your losses and moving on. We're going to use that, like I said, against the other cards that we pull here. Let's get these out, see if there's anything incredibly significant. And there always is. We are dealing with 2 queens. We did have the Queen of Cups jump out as I was shuffling, so this could be very, very essential for many of you Geminis at this time in the month of June. You could be dealing with another air sign, or this could be you as the Gemini Queen of Air. You could be dealing with a Cancerian. Very interesting, Gemini. So and then we did have the 5 of Pentacles, don't forget. We did have that sort of that energy, that what was me, that rejected energy here with the 4 of Cups right in the center. You know, we have cups as the eye in the center of your spread right now, by the way. And, you know, there's this real feeling of, there's this sense of, you know, not getting what you wanted, your heart not being necessarily fulfilled here. And then, you know, kind of being confused about what it is you want here. So, and then here with the 9 of Wands, just the wounded soldier, just feeling like no one understands you, that type of thing here. So Gemini, let's get into why I am piecing all of that language together to tell a story in the month of June for you. And as I said, we'll weigh the 6 of Swords against everything here. So as I mentioned, 6 of Swords is really just, you know, moving away. This could be physical as well. So anytime we're dealing with the Six of Swords, we could be dealing with a travel, okay? A situation of travel, but it could be of the mind. 10 to 1, it is, just moving away from ideas or thoughts that don't serve you anymore. But here in the situation is this, you're coming from a heart place, which is a nice place to come from, but sevens is really about how far have I come and what do I really want, right? That's what the sevens are asking. Sevens really give us an opportunity to make revision, to decide what it is that's really in our heart that makes our heart beat really fast, makes us feel loved and special and relaxed and peaceful. So here in this situation in the month of June for you, Gemini, we are looking at a revision around a heart space. What it is that gets your heart beating, what makes you feel at home. You do have a lot of options here, maybe a lot of different ways to go about something. But it is nice to see that there's a lot of water energy that's sort of being matched here with the swords, because this can be considered cold energy, as you'll see here with the Queen of Swords herself. So this is the challenge. This is the cold energy, and, being matched with this is moving away from something that you've been thinking or saying, right? So the Queen of Swords is someone or an energy, if it's not a person, that you definitely want on your side, okay? This is someone who has seen and done everything. This person has been through the ringer twice. They have written about it. They have learned to laugh about it, but you cannot cross this person. See, here's the difference. The Queen of Cups is so forgiving and rather receptive and relenting, sometimes to her own chagrin. The Queen of Swords is so decisive and so exacting that it can be considered cold. So there's like a warmth receptivity here versus the cold, I would say, projectivity. There's something that could, if, again, with some of the jumper cards at the beginning there, and the Five of Pentacles keeps coming back to me, there's a sense of, what are you projecting? Okay. What is being projected? Is there a sense of force here? Do you need to walk away from something here? Is something a bit too stern, a bit too exact, a bit too precise? Are we being a bit clinical, okay, about something? Because this is coming up in the challenge position. In fact, I would even suggest, just because the outcome is the Queen of Cups here, so the loving heart energy versus, the clinical mind energy. If you want something in particular that has to do with filling your heart with goodness, making your dreams come true and so forth, I would say, switch up your MO and, take those lessons that didn't work for you so far or didn't get you the results that you wanted. And I'm only looking at the Queen of Water here because she is our final card, that I would suggest, just switching up that MO. Okay. So I want this, but I'm not going to be clinical and cold about it and, assert myself necessarily. I want this, and I'm going to, come from a heart space, and I'm going to use that energy, and I'm going to be loving and aware and compassionate, as opposed to cold and clinical and, just there's a harshness there, right? Again, it's not bad or good. It is what it is, but it may not be getting you what it is that you think you want at this time. So here in the center as the solution, this is, you really need to get your emotional needs met here. And the solution, I do think, the outcome is using compassion. But, we want to come from a space of really clinical overthinking, perhaps, or being very cut and dry about something to, what is missing? What's emotionally missing in this conversation? Emotionally exempt from this conversation. I think there could be something right in front of you that for some reason you're just glossing over or unable to look at this time. It could be through a measure of overthinking as well. I think once you move away from that and take what didn't work, and just tuck it away and come to peace with that, I think something will show up that is more viable for you in terms of getting what you want this month. What is hidden? Here's where we're looking at the wounded soldier energy, really similar, not exact, similar in energy, I would say, to the Seven of Wands, where there's this sense of, you know, you're on higher ground, you've got a lot to protect, you've worked really hard for this, you could even be proud of it. It gives you a sense of accomplishment, but you know, it could be wearing you down. So what is hitting is a sense of being worn down, or possibly even, if I don't do this, I'll fail, right? There's a little bit of fear here that isn't present in the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands, I believe, is very, very hopeful. It's busy protecting and defending, but it still has a lot of energy. You know, this is very tired. Okay. The Nine of Wands is, you know, this is wearing me down and not fulfilling, you know, emotional needs. And then of course your outcome card, as I mentioned when we were speaking here about your challenge, is the compassion card. I mean, essentially we're dealing with, you could be dealing with a person, like I said, a Cancer, you could be dealing Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you could be dealing with another air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So I just want to throw that out there. If that's not the case, and these aren't literal people in your life, these are energies. And of course, the Queen of Cups is just, as I pointed out a little earlier, you know, this really receptive kind, there's a motherly, nurturing quality here that the Queen of Cups has to her as well. So it could just be all the difference for you in the month of June, Gemini, just switching up, you know, this forcefulness versus this sense of receptivity. I do want to qualify one of your cards here. Let's see what we want to take a little bit. I want to learn a little bit more about this Four of Cups here. I want to know why the Four of Cups is in the position of the solution. Why is the Four of Cups in the position of the solution? Tell me more about the Four of Cups in the position of the solution. Why is the Four of Cups in the position of the solution? That's a lot. That's too many. I really just want one card. I was so tempted to take them all. Sorry, guys. Just looking for maximum 2 cards because we're just qualifying at this time. Why is the Four of Cups as the solution in the solution position? Why is the Four of Cups in the solution position? Yes, nostalgia, even more cups, right? Something from your past, sentimentality. You could be longing for something here, something from your past. I also want to point out, and I hope you can see this. Yes, this is upside down, not the meaning of the card, but I want you to see this young woman's reflection in the water is her younger self. There's something that's deep, deep within your own heart that needs to be addressed at this time. And it could be, I mean, you are surrounded here, you know, this energy is surrounded by, you know, clinical and, you know, exhaustion, right? Maybe it's just a really nice month for you to get to the heart of a matter, Gemini. It's just a really nice month to, let's say this has nothing to do with anyone else. It's just all about you, totally possible. And you just need to apply compassion to yourself. Maybe no more thinking, overthinking. Maybe no more planning or defending or wondering, right? Just compassion and just love and a sense of nurturing yourself, the plan, the project, the relationship, the other person. But yeah, look at all that water for an air sign reading today. So that's really, really under the surface for you. This always comes up when we feel unlovable, Gemini. Yeah, maybe there's been a sense of rejection here. You felt rejected. Something was unsaid, something was oversaid, something was overexplained. Maybe you thought you said exactly what needed to be said, but it wasn't enough. Anyway, something didn't reach a heart space the way that you felt or thought it should have. And now we need to come from a heart space here. So whenever I see you deserve love, you are lovable. That's how I know that this is You could be feeling an element of lack this month, especially around love, self-love, generosity, nurturing, compassion, that type of thing. I can't forget, we saw that 5 of Pentacles jump out, that lonely, lonely card, right? That woe is me. And then with the 4 of Cups, it's the woe is me. So I think it might be a really lovely time for you to practice some self-love this month, Gemini. Really pay attention to it because it'll help set you free from what it is that you're suffering from. Here we have focus. I would recommend you focusing on that. Focus is essential to making the mind work for you, not against you. Okay? And if we focus on love and if we focus on compassion, wellness and happiness, maybe even something about your past, you know, the good times or what it was like, or as a child, or when you nurture your inner child, for example, if that's the case here. Could be a friend. There could be a friend situation as well. Something or someone from your past. But really focus on yourself, not necessarily the other person, or even an outcome, what you want. Like, just focus on helping yourself this month. Poised is really knowing that you're safe. You can make a move in any direction and that you're safe here. I think as long as you do it with compassion for yourself, you'll be fine. And then the happy is so joyous. It's right up there and energetically with the milk and honey card. Happy is literally a celebration. There could be a birthday. I mean, it is Gemini's month, so it could be your birthday. You could, be aware that you don't have the birthday blues. That could be another element of this as well for some Geminis watching. But ultimately, something is to be gained here, some new information, intelligence, or a secret might be told at this time. And again, one of my favorite cards out of this deck is the porcupine. This is innocence. I think just in talking about, water energy, particularly with the 6 of Cups here. I mean, this is a very, very sweet, innocent card, I must say, right? The 6 of Cups, nostalgia, childhood, longing, unrequited love, really just, simple, ancient, themes to humanity that you could be struggling with at this time, at this point in your life. So if that's the case, this could be coming from a real innocent place, or you're being asked to invite innocence into the situation in order to help heal at this time. So really rely more on your heart energy than the mind or overthinking at this time. And I think that you can find a way out of a troubling situation in the month of June. So Gemini, that is your reading. I hope that you enjoyed it. Take excellent care. Bye for now.